Hello everyone, my name is Wanderer, and this is Wildlander. This is a overhaul set of mods that comes as a Wabbajack for Skyrim Special Edition. This is, in my opinion, one of the best experiences that I have had in Skyrim, and it's what I've decided to use for the basis of my new playthrough of Skyrim. In fact, I haven't played Skyrim since probably 2012. It's been over 10 years. And I thought it was high time that I went ahead and try it out again to see what it has to offer, because I'm just a little bit burned out on the brutal wastes of Fallout 4. So to give you some more information, this is a full overhaul graphically, locations, additions to quests, and as well the mechanics of gameplay. This is a brutal, hardcore survival take on Skyrim. Now, it's not as hard as some of the... Okay, maybe it is. Wait. I'm not ready. Did I say this was not as hard as other overhauls that I've tried? I might have been lying. Because, look, I'm just an orc with some rags on his head. I don't have anything for you people. This is not fair. Leave me alone. I'm just trying to cross the border. The Bloodlet Throne, that sounds like a place I probably don't want to be. But is there at least anything around here? I think they finally left me alone. Okay. So I was saying this is a easier version of the various overhaul hardcore survival mods that I've seen, but perhaps I spoke too soon. I cannot use this wooden chopping block because I don't have an axe with which to chop the wood. For some reason I think that this Bloodlet Throne is probably not a great place for me to be, but I really could use a weapon. As you can see, I was just attacked on the road. So, we are, to give you some context here, we switch to the world map here. We are crossing the border into Skyrim from the south here. So we're coming from the south, maybe we're fleeing something, you know, a brutal past, maybe some bad stuff happened to us back there. I guess I should go over my character a tiny bit here and talk about that a little bit. So, my character is not particularly well-versed in combat or magic. He was really more of a crafter and merchant. He is skilled a little bit in alchemy. He has some stealth skills in lockpicking and sneaking, and he is passable at dodging. But, as you can see, he's not really all that skilled in terms of melee combat or ranged combat or in magic. He's much more of a merchant type, so those are things he'll have to overcome if he is to survive here. We have 6 perks to start with here, and I'll figure out what I'm going to do with those in a bit here, but that's my character. He's maybe fleeing from a past, maybe he was a merchant on his way to Skyrim. You know, maybe he was taking his wares up here. I think I hear someone up here. I just wanted to kind of duck into here for a second and see if I could find anything of use. But a place called the Bloodlet Throne with skulls and body parts and such around is probably not a great place to be staying in long term. Plus there's a trap right there. Oh, there's someone right over there too. Okay, you know what? Maybe those people that were chasing us for no good reason have decided that they didn't want to follow us in here, and they decided to go on their own way. Let's hope that's the case. But yes, we're crossing the border, and we're just trying to start a new life here in Skyrim. Trying to flee whatever happened to us previously. but we don't have a lot. We have some very basic armor, some very basic clothing. We have a little bit of food left over, some basic stuff, you know, one potion here, some food, and that's pretty much it. We don't really have much else. So it's going to be a tough journey. I don't even think I could kill that random animal over there. I'm going to bind these, if I can find them, these snowberries, because those will help out with keeping us warm. And keeping warm is a big deal. If you see in the bottom right there, there is a cold meter. Maybe I can find something around here, some kind of weapon. I wasn't planning to go this way. The map that I had did not really say this was a good way to go. I just had to kind of flee in any way I could go. I think that's just a fox. Yeah, okay. Foxes are not dangerous. I just had to go some way to flee those people that were trying to kill me for no good reason. I suppose they were just trying to rob me, like everyone else is going to try to rob me in this world. Because that's just the world that we live in this overhaul. But yes, this is a giant overhaul for Skyrim that does a lot. It changes the difficulty of the game a lot. If you've watched my previous stuff, if you watched me play, for example, Frost or Horizon, this is right up in that alley. It's very similar to those. It adds a lot of complexity and crafting options, survival options. You have to keep yourself warm. Stamina management is a much bigger deal. But we start out with pretty much nothing, and as you can see, things can go badly very quickly. And we are slowly but surely becoming too cold. As you can see in the bottom right, there is a cold meter, and that is filling up. And as that fills up from right to left, we will become more and more frozen, and eventually we'll start to succumb to the elements. So it's important for us to get a bit further north out of the mountains here so that we can warm up a bit, because we're going to freeze if we stay in this area for too long. Unfortunately, I was chased off the way I was going by those random people. I was not expecting to see anybody on this long and deserted road over here. Wolves are not timid like that fox we saw, and we just heard a wolf over there. Let's not go that way. This is good, though. We're going downhill out of the mountains. It's going to be warmer down here. I tried out several other overhaul mods, and none of them really worked for me. I mean, they worked, I didn't care for them. I tried Nulvus, which is praised by many, but for me, I just felt it didn't really... I didn't like the combat very much. Uh-oh. Oh no, that's a wolf. That's a wolf. Okay, we're not ready for a wolf. I cannot punch a wolf to death. And this is a camp, but I don't think it's going to be a friendly camp. But I don't know that that wolf can actually get over here. Wait. This is... Is this Helgen? This is Helgen. Well, it's not friendly, but it's also not alive in any way, shape, or form. Everyone here is dead. Right, this is Helgen. So unlike in the base game of Skyrim, we don't start in a prison cart being carted to Helgen. Instead, we start off in a random location, and I was crossing the border going towards Helgen, and on the way, my character talked to a couple of travelers, the rare ones didn't try to rob him, who told him that, unfortunately, they had heard that Helgen was attacked, and people were even fleeing Helgen at that point. And now it's also raining, and we don't want to be out here in the cold and in the rain, so I think we have no choice but to head inside. Okay, our lockpicking expertise is currently 0, which means that we ought to probably put point into lockpicking here to get a bit of expertise into it. That way we're at least somewhat decent at this. Thankfully, we do have a couple of lockpicks here. Lockpicking is much more difficult here. I have to be very careful because we don't have a lot of picks and we can burn through them very quickly. Maybe we'll find some abandoned gear in here too. I'm not sure what happened here. Our character at least wouldn't be. He's heard some wild stories. He's heard, of course, that there was a dragon in Helgen, but of course anyone would think that is nonsense. They wouldn't believe that. Good, now we have a lantern. Attach that to ourselves. Now we have a light we can use as well. Well, something certainly happened here, but it could just simply be the civil unrest in the area. Of course, there has been fighting in Skyrim between two factions. A civil war is going on. Our character probably would simply believe it was that, although the destruction out here is on a bit bigger of a scale than you would expect from a Stormcloak route of Helgen. If Stormcloaks attacked Helgen for some reason, if they attacked the Imperials here, I'm not really sure. Yep, and there goes our first lockpick. Like I said, those lockpicking is really, really tough in this. You have to really be careful with it. That's too much. Okay, there we go. Really trying to be conservative with our lockpicks here. Okay, so there is a second area over here. I'll be doing some light roleplay with this playthrough, although I won't be entirely in first person because I want to be able to give people kind of an introduction to this overhaul, because I think it's a great overhaul. Military supplies, excellent, lots of stuff there. So I'm not going to be totally in first person. I might do that in a future playthrough, but this is more to get myself familiar with this set of mods with Wildlander, and to get you familiar with it as well if you're interested in it. You'll also notice that I have essentially infinite carry weight here, and there's a good reason for that. I'm not just cheating for cheating's sake. I want to explain that a bit more in depth here. So, often in these survival mods, carry weight is a big issue. And while I'm okay with that, philosophically, I'm fine with having carry weight be a thing I have to deal with, that my character has to deal with. I don't mind that, but in Wildlander, you can create chests, and these chests will essentially allow you to place an infinite number of things in them, and carry weight quickly becomes not an issue, really. You can pick up these chests, and you can put them down and dump stuff into them pretty much wherever you want. And so there's really no point to worrying about carry weight. You just end up... Oop. Heat is coming down around us. You just end up basically doing a lot of inventory management to where you are forced to put down a chest, pick up stuff, and then put stuff into your chest, then pick your chest back up. It's essentially... You are able to create a magical chest of holding in this that gives you what comes out to pretty much infinite carry weight, and you're also able to create multiple chests very easily. It only requires a tiny bit of wood, which you can get pretty easily in this. So it just ends up being a nuisance more than anything, a hindrance towards fun. And the thing is, everything in this is useful. You can pick up these iron things, for example, and these wooden things, and break them down to be used as firewood and kindling, and break down the iron and forge it into ingots, and use that for various things. The food is all useful for crafting into useful stuff that you use either to keep yourself alive by eating, or to give you buffs from cooking more complex meals. So everything is useful in this. Similarly to Skyrim, there is a use for just about everything. And I guess I could play with a strict carry weight mindset, but this is Skyrim and magical things exist, and I guess maybe that's why we got robbed on the way into Skyrim. Maybe we had a magical chest that people wanted. That's what we'll say, I guess. But the main thing is, I could abide by the mod's rules, right? And I would have to place down a chest every so often, dump stuff into it, then pick the chest back up. And that's just as cheesy, if not more, than what I've done, which is just to give myself a huge amount of carry weight. And it's also not fun for you to watch. It's not fun for you to watch, and I've heard this over and over and over again when I play other hardcore survival mods that have strict carry weights on them. It's not fun for you as an audience to watch me manage my carry weight. So I decided this time around, we're just not going to do it. We're not going to bother with it. I'm going to be able to loot to my heart's content. Doesn't mean I'm going to loot absolutely everything. In the very start here, yes I am, because we kind of need all this stuff at the very start. A steel battle axe, that's not bad. We kind of need this stuff at the start, you know? But very quickly, I'm going to not need to loot all this stuff, and it won't be such a big deal. So, the Torturer's Guide, eh? I'm not going to read these because, especially the Orichalcum, or the Orichalcum, is that how it's pronounced? The Orichalcum. I'm not going to read this stuff because torture methods make me sick to my stomach. They make me queasy. They're no fun. And they're described in detail there, and those are references to real-life torture methods, and that's a whole big no thank you to me. Yeah, anyway, I could certainly do all the carry weight management stuff, and it would not make the game any more difficult. It would make it more boring for you to watch. It would make the game more tedious for me to play. And what I would end up doing is I would end up having to edit those sections out where I'm managing my carry weight, and then that means I'm spending more time editing, and you're getting less videos, because I only have so much free time to make these videos. And if I'm spending 2 or 3 hours editing them, as opposed to just being able to pretty much upload them as is with only minor edits, which I probably will do since I've made that change, you get less videos, because I'm spending more time... Hey, more lockpicks right in time. Brief History of the Empire Part 1 and Part 2. I might actually read these so I get a bit more lore and idea of what's going on in the world, because I've not played Skyrim for a long, long time. So I'm kind of out of the loop as far as Skyrim goes. And again, I won't be looting absolutely everything everywhere. We're just doing what we can, because this is a very difficult overhaul and I need every edge I can get early on. Yeah, it's not worth me spending all that time worrying about inventory management stuff and then spending all that time doing editing, and then you guys get less videos and I have less fun because I'm taking so long doing all this editing. So that's what it is, guys. That's how it is. If you don't like it, then I guess don't watch this series. But this is the conclusion I've come to and the solution I've found after hearing feedback from you guys for quite a long time. Okay, so doesn't mean I won't do any inventory management, by the way. I will go and find a home eventually and dump a whole bunch of stuff into it, and I will be breaking a bunch of this stuff down as well, because I won't want to carry around every single thing I find. And that's what we're going to be doing with a lot of this stuff, is just breaking it down. Let me see here what we have. A battle axe, eh? Let's favorite that, and I'll probably use that. And let's also favorite this heavy bow. And we can equip some arrows if we have them. Yes, some iron arrows. Or no, steel arrows, that's fine. Okay, that's fine with me. And then let's look at armor here. What do we have for armor? I'm not going to go with heavy armor because it drains... Ooh, Imperial Light Cuirass is pretty good. It's pretty decent. Has good warmth and coverage as well. Notice the warmth and coverage stats on these. The warmth is, of course, how much warmth it provides or how much cold resistance we get. And coverage is basically a modifier on that. So something might be very warm but have poor coverage, which might mean that your arms are exposed, for example. So this Imperial Cuirass is decent. I think it goes from 0 to 100 coverage on that. Not exactly sure, though. A lot of times we'll have to choose between two stats, like maybe something has very good armor, but it doesn't have as good of warmth and coverage, and if we're going into a cold area, we have to dress for the weather. That will improve, though, as time goes on. We'll get better and better acclimated to this area. We'll be better able to withstand the elements. Alright, so... Right, we're not quite to the cave area yet. This is a nice area to go through at the start, though, because in the canon of this game, the story of this game, of course, we are the Dragonborn, but we weren't a prisoner. We weren't, let's say that we were crossing the border into Helgen, into Skyrim, with Ulfric Stormcloak and everyone else, and didn't know it. Didn't know who we were traveling with. We were just a merchant on our way here, and then, unfortunately, we got caught up in an Imperial ambush, and we were going to be dragged off, but instead we were able to escape. So maybe we are an escaped prisoner, so we were not subject to what happened here. Maybe we hid out in the hills for a bit in order to try and to avoid capture from the Imperials. That's our backstory. I like that. Nothing back here at all. Okay. As well, I'm probably going to go with a two-handed type character. Can I put anything into this just yet? I can. I can put some perks into this at the lowest level here. So we'll do Great Weapon Mastery to do a bit more damage with two-hand weapons. That's fine. I'll figure out the rest. Actually, I'm not. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put some into Restoration, I think, because I want to be able to heal myself. It's not a lot. The lower level stuff here, you get to pick 2 skills here. The first I'm going to do is going to be Healing Aura. And I guess Healing Aura on target is fine. I can heal my horse or something when I'm done, or my companions whenever I get them. That's fine. And what I'll actually do here is I'm going to... Well, first off, I want to bind this too. Let's favorite that... Favorite that, and then let's do this. Cannot dual wield cast. I cannot cast this at all with my current armor on, I think. So, yeah, unfortunately we're going to have to take off some of our armor to cast this properly. I think what I'm going to do, guys, real quick, is make a chest. You can craft things in this by using various toolkits. So I'm going to go into my survivalist toolkit here, and can I craft a wooden chest? Looks like not quite. I thought I could already, but I guess not. Oh, you know what it is? I take it back. It's not that. It's that I have not taken a crafting perk yet. Can I do this with 10 smithing? I can. So the first rank in craftsmanship here will allow us to craft some basic stuff, some basic survival type stuff. That'll be important here. So we want to go into that again here. Survivalist kit. And now we have some new stuff. Let's go ahead and make a wooden chest. This is what I'd be doing if I did not have essentially infinite carry weight here. Every time I got over like 100 carry weight, I'd have to get out my chest here, my wooden chest, and activate it, and then place it down, and then I'd have to open it up and dump stuff into it, and then pick it back up, because the chest itself weighs 25, but it can hold an infinite amount of other stuff. So you can see why I feel like that's kind of silly that I bother with managing my carry weight and such whenever we basically have infinite carry weight. I suppose I could impose a more strict usage of this chest on myself, and I may do that in the future. But for now, I really feel like there's kind of no point to it, and it doesn't really add anything to the game, and it's going to make it more tedious for you to watch as I do this kind of stuff like every 5 minutes. So you get to see me do it once, and then after that, I'll cut this out of it if I do it again. I'm only doing it now because I just want to have a cleaner inventory. All this stuff can be broken down, though, later on and useful for various things, so it is worth picking that stuff up. Now, I won't be picking up absolutely everything, but a lot of the stuff, yeah, it's worth picking up. Okay, good enough. Let's pick this back up. And those chests can be placed anywhere in the world except for towns. Did I... I don't have a lantern. I picked my lantern up on accident. I gotta get my lantern back out here real quick. 1 second, guys. And there we go. We can turn it back on. So now, the reason I want to do that is so I can take this stuff off without having to find it again in my inventory. That's pretty much it. So, wearing armor, like in the old school RPGs, like Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 and such, and I think even 3 does this as well, but wearing armor will cause you to cost more to cast your spells. In those games, I think it made it so that you would just fail more often on your spell cast, but in this, it means that your spells just cost more magicka, and a lot of times they'll just be impossible to cast completely. Now, I see a lot of... Yeah, we're gonna fight some spiders here, aren't we? Hello, little frostbite spiders. Come on over here and give me some practice swinging this nice axe I just got. One advantage of having such low combat skills is that we'll level them very quickly, kind of automatically through combat. And a benefit of that is that I'll be able to get levels pretty quickly. Ooh. Okay, not great, but that's okay. We have a... Ah! What would you... Did I get turned around? What just happened? I looked down for just half a second. Okay, we're okay. Just some minor poison there, not a big deal. Okay, and here we come to a really cool feature of this overhaul, which is that it features Hunterborn. Now, normally when you do this stuff, it takes time up, and I don't mind that it takes time. I actually configure this in the mod configuration right now. I don't mind that it takes time to do these things on a gameplay perspective. The problem with having it take time to perform these harvesting actions is that it makes the game hang for a second, and that, unfortunately, makes it take a very long time IRL. Like, the scavenging and foraging, I'll leave those to take time. That's fine, I think. Maybe not, because if I do, it's gonna make the game sit there for a bit. The problem is, guys, what's gonna happen is I'm gonna have to, if I want to harvest ingredients here, right? I'm gonna hit this, and it's going to take the game 3 or 4 seconds to simulate the passing of time. It invokes a script every time I do that. Okay? And the problem with that is that it's boring. It's boring for you to watch. It's boring for me to sit here and do nothing while it's going on. It makes the gameplay feel bad. Okay? And while some might say, well, it's more immersive to do that. Look, I played Fallout 4 Horizon, and while I love version 1.9 of Horizon, the worst part of Horizon 1.9, in my opinion, is that you have to sit there and wait for a cast bar to finish in order to loot things and harvest things. I hate it. I want to play the game. I don't want to sit here and watch cast bars. It doesn't feel more immersive to me that I have to sit here for a second. That kind of player punishment sort of design, and it's not intentional in Horizon, by the way. I don't think it's intentional. I think it's required that that's a thing so that you can have the scripts run and such. But that, to me, is not fun. And I know it's not fun for you guys to watch. I guarantee it's not fun for you guys to watch because I get complaints about it all the time. And that's why I decided I'm just not going to deal with it in this. I'm just going to give myself carry away, and if I can make the gameplay a bit snappier, a bit more fun, a bit quicker, remove some of the tedium and drudgery from the gameplay that often comes with these type of survival overhauls, and I'll do so. Doesn't mean the game's going to be like any easier, really. It's still going to be very challenging, but it does mean that you guys will have to deal with that kind of stuff a lot less. You'll have to not deal with watching me do that kind of stuff, and I have to do less edits, and everybody's happier. I feel like I'm making excuses here and trying to hedge myself against people's complaining that I'm not playing the game the way that they want me to play it, and that is a bear. And I'm pretty sure that we just lost our bow. Yes, we did. The spider just attacked us with our bow out, and when that happens, this chest is also very finicky sometimes. It doesn't like to be placed. Come on, chest. There we go. When something attacks you when you have your bow out, it has a tendency to destroy the bow. So our bow is just gone now, so rest in peace, bow. You were a good friend, but you're gone now, so no more bow for us, I suppose. That's fine, though. We're going to bring out our wooden heavy bow here. Use that instead. I have 17 total arrows, and this is going to be a very difficult bear to kill. It's going to be very dangerous. I do have some poison that we extracted from that spider, so let's go ahead and use that. And I'm going to turn off my light here so we're more stealthy, and then we're going to kill this bear if we can here. Okay. That's good. I'm happy with that. We're going to back off a bit now. And we're going to let this bear fester in that poison. He's been poisoned quite a few times. Going to let the poison do a bit of work here. And let him think that maybe he just imagined getting shot 5 or 6 times with the arrows there. And then we'll go back and finish him off. But he is slowly losing health over time. Poisons, and you can see his stamina is draining over time too from the poison, which is quite nice. We even go a bit further over here. I also need to regen some stamina here. You notice that stamina takes a long time to regenerate. I could use a potion, I suppose, but I don't really want to if I don't have to. I want to save stuff if I can. Okay, good. He's finally lost interest. We can go back here. Oh, got some more sneak skill here. Go back through here and take a few more shots at him. You can also lock onto enemies now, though I can't really see him. There's also a survival vision, which will allow us to see things that we can hear. However, I can't seem to find him with that survival vision right now. I think he's over there. Yes, he's over in that area now. If you go, there we go. Go back to the light there, buddy. Go ahead and lay back down there. Good job. He is confused. So middle mouse button in this locks on. I think we're locking on there. Let me see. No, we're not. Not sure where he's gone. Let's hope he doesn't jump out. Oh, there he is. Let's hope he does not jump out of the darkness. And there he goes. He's going back to lay down again. He said, it was nothing. Okay, he's probably going to die here soon. Only got so many arrows here. Getting a sneak level here too. I probably should go ahead and level up. I've gotten a lot of points here. I'm going to invest a bit into Magicka off the bat here so that I can... Should also do some marksman skill too, I suppose, since I'm doing that. Go ahead and get a bit more damage in our marksman skill there. That will be important. Although I'm not going to be a marksman character, I think having a bit of marksman skill will serve us well. I'm not going to base my character on that, but I'll certainly level it up because it'll be useful to have. There'll be situations where just trying to charge through with my brawn is not the best idea, most likely. I think he's going back. There we go. One more shot, and this guy should be toast. Here we go. Got him. Very good. One bear down. Hell of a good start so far. Well, except for the fact that we got chased off by some random people and would have almost certainly died to them, and I just upset this cart, unfortunately. I don't think this water is useful for drinking, by the way, so I cannot get a drink here, but you can get drinks in most of the water in the world. It should be all that's over there. Oh, right, and since I got some stuff, let me search this guy first. Oh, we have to field dress him first. Okay, so let me look here real quick. I want to see if I can make a knife of some kind. Let me look into survivalist and... Hold on, let me put my chest down and get some bones out. You can craft a bone knife, which increases your harvesting and skinning skills by quite a bit, so I want to pull out some, if I have any, some large bones. I don't think I have any, though. Okay, well, in that case, I guess I won't then. Won't worry about it. Alright, that's fine. Let's just go ahead and... We're going to field dress this guy with our bare hands. Let me try to harvest ingredients first and see if we get some bones from him. I don't know that we did. No, we did. We got a large animal bone. Okay, so can I use that with my survival kit here to craft a bone knife? Yes, bone hunting knife. This will increase our ability to skin animals a lot better. And now we'll be able to hopefully get a pelt from him, a proper pelt, not a ruined pelt. Let's try the meat first here. Butchered one section, butcher a second section. Okay, we got a lot of meat and fat from that. That'll be useful. Oh, we have even more to butcher. Here we go. Okay, that's all of it. Good. Pelt. Please give me an actual bear pelt, not a ruined pelt. I'm not sure what that was. If it was... We got a poor pelt. You know what? That's fine. I'll take it. That's entirely fine. Better than we deserve at our noob level. Okay, very good. Let me go ahead and pick this back up. And that seems to be all over here, and I think that's all in this little mini intro dungeon area as well. For the most part, I'm sure I missed some stuff, but it's not the end of the world. Skyrim is a world of plenty after all. I'm sure we'll find more good stuff out here later on. Let's get saving in case we crash. I haven't had too many crashes when I was testing this out, but just in case, you know. Always good practice to get some saves in here and there. I think that went pretty well. Unfortunately, it is still pouring down rain, and I really cannot afford to not be out here exploring. I guess we should be happy it's rain and not... It's rain and not snow, but it's very small consolation for my character who is going to be freezing to death from exposure here pretty quickly. But we are getting into an area that is not so cold. There is no snow down here. It's more of a regular forest over here. Check our map here. And yeah, we're just a bit north of Helgen. And over here is Falkreath. I'll probably end up going to Falkreath, you know, some point. But there's a lot to explore over here. We're just kind of trying to make our way towards Falkreath and seeing if we can survive out here and make some basic necessities. That is a campfire over there. But as we have learned, there are not very many friendly people over there, and I'm going to assume these people are probably not going to be very nice, so We'll take a look, but I have a feeling we'll probably end up fleeing from these people. If there are people over here. I can't really tell. Is there anybody over here? Nobody here, huh? There's a rabbit here and some stuff we can get. A fire over here, too. Bow and some arrows and some other supplies here. Hey, we might have found an abandoned camp here, which is a jackpot. Also, we found a tanning rack here, which is great, and a bedroll we can sleep in under an overhang. It's out of the elements. We can dry here, and yes, we're drying very good. That's actually great. A book to read as well. Some boots. Various animals that we can harvest here. Some meat, some wood we can use. Even a bench for ourselves here. Of course, I mean, there is a campfire here. You'd assume people would be back eventually. What is... Oh, it's a wolf. I'm armed, Mr. Wolf. That's right, I'm armed now. You're no longer an easy target for you. Let's go ahead and get the stuff off this guy. Skinning skill has increased, so we got a ruined cut off of that one, which is going to be common until our skinning skill gets to be a bit better here. Okay. We've had quite a rough journey so far. What time is it? It's only 2 p.m. though, so I don't feel like we should really stay here just yet. Probably should be... We shouldn't be sleeping just yet. We ought to be exploring a bit more out here. I don't know if putting our chest down here is a good idea just yet, though. Do I have any lockpicks left? I do have some. Very good. See if we can get in here. Just an easy novice lock here. There we go. 50 septims, not bad. Oh boy, okay. Okay, oh my god, we almost died there. Okay. That camp was occupied after all. But we know it's up the road over there. And that's a wolf. Whoa! Oh, God. That was not good. It's a random house over here. I think we're okay here. Okay, well, so that was not a great idea. Staying at that camp over there, trying to loot everything there was not a great idea. We are being watched here. This lock is complex, but we should be able to get through it with enough lockpicks. Well, I've only got 3. Let's hope I can do it in 3. Oh my god, we got it. Well, we've upgraded our camp for maybe an abandoned home, or maybe we're going to be crashing into somebody's home over here. Hear a fire downstairs at least. I'm assuming it's downstairs.
Should have known she was lying. Said she'd wait for me, but they never wait.
We're not alone here. You're not alone here, folks. I can't wait right now because, you know, obviously there's somebody downstairs.
Harlot, that brat ain't mine. Could be anyone's. Won't get one rusty septum from me.
That orc just said, I ain't your baby's dad. Alright, I'm gonna have to just sit tight for a second here and let my healing aura regenerate my health a bit so we don't die immediately. I have my suspicions that this might not be a friendly person.
Picking pockets. Now that's the real art. No rough stuff. Just take it and go. Don't sound like much fun, though.
This guy is talking to himself and he doesn't seem like a very nice guy to me. I kind of doubt he's going to be happy to find us in his home. So I'm going to just sit here, let my health regenerate, and then maybe we murder this person for his home because, you know, we gotta be able to take stock and stay somewhere for the time being. So I'm just gonna stay here for a bit. I'll see you in a bit once our health is a bit better. Okay, I've gone ahead and used a very basic healing potion.
Jeez, what was he thinking? Fool never saw me pull the ace out of my boot.
Because waiting for that was painful. I need to bind my other bow here to 2. Gonna see if I can get a couple stealth shots in this guy. Probably should poison him as well.
Wizards. Now that's power. Bet they got that secret magic. Now ain't this a surprise?
Okay, we're also going to use a basic stamina potion here. And maybe one of our good fortify armor potions. In case we do take a hit so we don't die from one shot. Because this guy probably can just one-shot us. Yep, he would have probably one-shot us if we hadn't had that potion going. Okay, but we got it. We got him down. I'm not going to complain. The guy was a lot higher level than we are. And we have to heal up again. However, our healing has gone off. I'm going to have to take off my armor again here to be able to cast it. I should have used my Berserker Rage there too. I do have that ability, and it's very, very good if you're an orc to use that. Do I want more armor rating or more warmth? Probably the armor rating on this is worth it. I want to use that too, yeah. Okay, that's all fine. Okay. But we did it. We're good. There's a bed here, but it's considered to be owned, so that's unfortunate. We can't really use it. I would have assumed that since we killed this guy, we'd be able to use it, but I guess not. The sleeping bag up in that camp was usable, but this is not. Hey, we got a wooden chopping thing. Can also cook some stuff here. And I might go ahead and cook up some bear meat or something here just so we have something we can use. I do have a decent amount of just random food I've found that I could eat without cooking it too, but yeah, might as well cook some of this stuff just so we can restore some stamina and stuff out of combat. And spider meat, I have no idea what we use that for other than just cooking it up straight. Let's go ahead and do that. That's all fine. So yeah, we have plenty of food now. That's going to be nice. Even more stuff here. You can make more complex recipes, which is why I don't want to use up all my food there. We can make better recipes eventually, but we need to have a chef's kit for that. But okay, we have done good so far. Oh, what is over here? A secret area? Yes, a secret area back here. And what's the note say? We got the right cart this time. The note has been sent and we'll see how they respond. In the meantime, we'll keep breaking down this stuff. You keep selling off the wood to keep our front. If we can get a good price for the mold, we should be set for a while. Oh, and we left some wine for you in a bucket behind the shelf. Consider it a bonus. Rigel, Strongarm. These guys are ambushing merchants. Sounds similar to what happened to us. Okay, well unfortunately though I cannot sleep here for the night. We can kind of rest up here though, which is nice. We can cook stuff here, which is nice. Lots of good materials and such here as well. But we can't sleep here. There's also a much larger dungeon back here, I think. But that may have to wait until next time.